4 o'clock, Nancy, you're just fiddling.
Look, if you get any complaints, kid, go and have a word with our Vera, will you?
It isn't your Vera that's making a racket fit to wake the dead on me one morning off, is it?
Yeah, but it was our Vera who sent me out here.
If it's not a daft answer, what are you doing anyway?
What's it look as if I'm doing?
Building an ark? Making a new dining room suite?
I'm fixing the pigeon cote, aren't I? Our Vera Rickens had nearly lobbed her head off the other day.
Oh, could be very nasty, that.
Nasty. Could be disastrous, because if she's got a mouth open at the same time, I might never see me pigeons again.
Listen, much more of that racket, and I can guarantee it, believe you me.
Blaming women.
Morning, Mrs. Bishop. I was hoping I'd catch you in.
Oh, come in.
Thank you.
Another couple of minutes and you wouldn't have done.
Look, I won't keep you. It's about the chapel roof job.
Chapel roof? But I thought you said you wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, I had a bit of a cash flow problem. I didn't know whether I'd be able to find the money to put up front, like.
Up front?
Well, for buying materials, hiring the scaffolding and that. But anyway, things are looking a lot better now, so I wondered, if it's not too late, if you could get this to your committee. It's an estimate for the job.
Oh, well, yes, of course.
I don't suppose you've any idea how long it'll be before I get to know it, like?
Oh, not very long, I hope. If something isn't done quickly, we'll be swimming up that aisle. I'll make sure that Mr. Barker gets this morning.
Mr. Barker?
Chairman of the building fund.
Oh, yeah. All right, look, I'll leave it with you then, eh?
Luke, I think it's only fair to warn you.
About what?
Well, when I spoke to Mr. Barker last night, he did tell me that someone else was interested.
Oh, yeah.
They're submitting an estimate, too. I thought you ought to know, so you won't go building your hopes too high. Not until you've actually got the job.
Ah, heck, it's a bit parky out here, isn't it?
You don't have to tell me, sunshine. I've been here since crack of dawn.
You've been out here 20 minutes.
And so what's the odds? It's still no place for a fellow like me this time in the morning.
Listen, I want to ask you something.
Like what?
Favour.
What favour?
You using your car tonight?
Why?
Well, because if you're not, I could put it to some good use, couldn't I?
Oh, no, you're not using my car as a flaming passion wagon.
Well, from what I've heard, it's a bit late for that, innit?
You can cut that out for a start. You're not on.
Oh, come on, Dad, it's a bit special, this.
So's my flaming job special. You're not on, all right?
Tar, Dad, tar, old lot. Remind me to do you a favour sometime, eh?
Why, that'll be the day, won't it, lad? Come on now, Luke. Come on. There. Come on. Come on. There. There.
Mrs. Walker'd string you up if she knew you'd been swilling your ugly mug in her kitchen.
Well, freezing up there. I don't suppose there's any chance of a baking butty, is there?
Right.
Oh, there is?
There is. Unless, of course, you're thinking of making one, in which case, count us in.
In which case, forget it.
See you, Betty, love. Come in. Have you said any more to her?
Well, I haven't had much chance, have I?
Well, don't you think you'd better, Fred? I mean, there's no point in me making arrangements to have my hair done if it's going to come to now.
Well, it won't, will it?
Well, you know what Betty said. She's not stopping here looking after this place on her own while we go swelling off to that Newnan Ridley do.
Oh, leave Betty to me. I'll fix her. It's a question of picking the right time, innit? See?
Oh, yes. Not bad, is it?
Like what?
Well, I'm not daft. I mean, I know you were talking about me.
We were talking about the Newnan Ridley do, if you must know. Right, Fred?
Right.
What about it?
Well, we were just saying, Betty, that, well, I mean, we knew you wouldn't let us down. I mean, sometimes we say things on the spur of the moment, we realise that, but, I mean, after all, when you've slept on it...
Do you know, Fred, it's funny you should say that.
Eh?
Yes, I thought of nothing but that since yesterday, you know.
Really?
Yeah, and the answer's still no.
Oh, Betty, come on.
Now, listen, save your breath, Fred. I've told you. I am not stopping here running this place single-handed. Not for a gold clock.
By heck, that was telling her, Fred. She were like putty in your hands.
That's right, any time after 2. See you.
Brian, if you wanted a coat stand, you should have bought one.
I'll not be a minute, look.
You said that 5 minutes since.
Oh, just one more call.
Oh, can't it wait? I'm starving.
All right, go on then. OK, Tarzan, nose bag time.
You nipping out for pies? Because if you are, I'll have 2 meat and tater.
Oi, you do realise that's the boss's missus you're talking to, don't you?
Yeah. Devout meat and tater steak will do.
I'm not going to the pie shop, Kevin.
Oh, I see. Butties, is it? In that case, I'll have a cheese and pickle and an egg and tomato.
I'm not going to the butty shop either, because my husband is about to take me out to dinner.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you are. I've spent all morning doing your rotten accounts. Least you can do is feed us proper. Now, come on.
Just think, mate. Work hard, save your pennies, meet the right girl, and if you're not careful, you can end up like us.
I'll thump you in a minute.
Oh, she's violent with it.
Look, are you coming or aren't you?
Have I got a choice?
No.
I'll see you later.
Nice, see ya.
Hey up, mate.
Hello, mate. It's Brian after you've just missed him.
I'm not sure what to see.
Hey,
Yeah.
what about?
Well, I was thinking, wasn't I? Supposing you used to get yourself fixed up for the night out, and you needed transport. Could you fix it?
Mate? More than likely you could get me hands on something. Depends on the night, I suppose.
Like tonight.
What are you getting at?
I've got the biggest search since Christmas, but I need wheels, don't I?
What's that got to do with me?
Well, you arrange the transport, and I might just be able to fix you up and all. Cosy little foursome. You with me?
I'm ahead of you, mate.
So is it on then?
Depends, doesn't it?
On what?
On you. You come up with the goods, and I'll see what I can do.
Give us half an hour, mate, and then meet me in the Rovers. Yeah.
Hello, bricklayers. Yeah, is Frank... Oh, it's you, Frank. Oh, hi, Frank. It's Freddie at Rovers. Yeah. Look, I'm in a bit of a spot. I need a relief barmaid for a night for, let's see, it's a week Monday. I just wondered if you could help me out, that's all, you know.
Come on, Bet Love, have you stopped serving?
Not yet, Jacko, but in your case it could be arranged if you come out with any more cracks like that.
Put us a pint in there, lovey.
Well, a bit birdman from Alcatraz.
Oh, hello, Vera. I've just got a round in, otherwise I'd get you one.
Well, you haven't paid for it yet. Yes, ladies. I'll have a bottle of lager, kid.
Yes, same, please.
Right, 2 bottles, love.
Well, why don't you invite all the factory? Come on, girl, Jacko's getting them in. Fill your boots.
Oh, is he with you?
It won't be in a minute. I take it you have fixed that pigeon coat, have you? You know, and got rid of that close prop.
Let's just say I've adjusted it.
Adjusted it?
Yeah, so the next person that gets me up at 8 o'clock in the morning is gonna fall on them from a great height and may never be seen again.
I won't put it past him neither. It's funny, isn't it, that Vera? Oh, aye, flipping hilarious.
No, I'm not talking about that, love. I'm thinking about my Bert. Dead keen on doing yourself here. What, out like a sticky hinge or a slippy door and he'd have it fixed next to no time.
Yeah, we see that's where our Jack goes wrong, you see. He likes to think about things. Only trouble is, it takes that long thinking about it, he forgets what job we're in first place.
Oh, thanks, Frank. Thanks a million, mate. Be seeing you.
Well,
Well, what?
how'd you get on?
I've got somebody coming round after closing time to have a little chat.
She better be good. I'm warning you, Fred. Because if you think that you can palm us off with the first duck egg that shows a face in here, you've got another thing coming.
Hello. You're not speaking.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you coming. I was miles away.
Yes, Rita.
Vodka and tonic, please.
Yeah, I'll do that, Fred. Oh, that'll.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm glad I bumped into you, actually. I was just going to phone you.
Why?
Oh, that little matter we were discussing.
You haven't changed your mind, have you?
No, of course I haven't. Only you haven't told me when you're likely to need the money. I'll have to go to the Building Society to get it.
Well, it all depends on whether I get the job or not.
Thought it was yours for the asking.
So did I. Till I took my estimate down to Mrs. Bishop's, and she told me there was somebody else in the field.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Al?
Hello, love. Pint of bitter, please, Fred. Rita?
No, thanks. Bill's just got me one.
Oh, I see. Just a pint of bitter, then, please.
Okay. Do you fancy taking the weight off your feet for a minute?
Oh, why not?
Do you know, there's still something I don't get.
What's that?
Why you offered to lend me the money in the first place?
Oh, I suppose it's several reasons, really. You starting up on your own, in Len's yard, struggling to get on your feet. I've seen it all before. Only Len wasn't so lucky. I've seen him nearly go under for £100, let alone 1,000. And I could see you going at same state. It's no skin off my nose, you pay the interest.
Well, thanks anyway, Mrs. Fairclough.
Don't let me down.
I won't. Don't you fret. I'll just have half, Betty. It's time I want to hear.
OK, love.
Having another?
Hey?
Can you manage another?
No, I've got to get off.
Some other time, then.
See you, Betty.
I love it. Hey, Adam. Thank you.
So what's it like, then?
What?
This weightlifting club, what's it like?
It's all right, why?
I've told you I'm thinking of going. I've done for a bit.
Ow. Yeah, you can tell.
Hey?
You've only been thinking about it.
Listen, I'm no 7-stone weakling, you know. I do want bins around all day.
Yeah, all right. I was only joking.
Anyway, so, I might be going.
Yeah, so you said. What's kept you?
Half an hour, you said.
I know what I said, mate, but I thought you'd know I'd be a faster worker than that.
Cracked it, then?
No danger. So how about the transport?
No danger.
Brilliant. You know, mate, I reckon me and you, we make a great team.
I'd drink to that. If you had a glass in my hand.
When you're ready, Curly. Get him in again, eh?
Hello, you're back early.
Nothing to stop for, was there?
Now what's happened?
Nothing. Nothing's happened. That's the trouble. Nothing ever does it? Not for me, any road. I mean, there's Terry and Kevin planning a night out, and for all the notice he took of me, I might as well been a fly on the flaming wall.
I wouldn't have thought that Terry and Kevin were your type.
Well, that's the trouble. Who is my type? I never seem to have a night out with the lads. Or take a girl out. And when I do, well, look what happened with Sharon.
Sharon wasn't your kind of girl, was she?
It doesn't look like anybody is, does it? Looks like I'm doomed to spend the rest of my life propping the bar up at the Rovers, watching the rest of the world go by.
You mustn't think like that.
Well, it's true, innit? If Terry had a spare girl going, why didn't he ask me?
There could be a dozen good reasons. And I can't honestly see you being very interested in the kind of girl who'd take up with Terry Duckworth.
Why?
Well, for one thing, you're not as superficial as he is. I mean, deep down, you're a much more caring person than Terry Duckworth will ever be.
Well, what good is it deep down? I can't even get him to look in the shop window.
You just haven't met the right one yet, have you?
Well, she's a long time showing. That's all I can say.
Pass us a tin of peaches while you're there, will you, love? Packet of peas. Right. I think that's the lot. Thanks, love. Might as well get this lot round there.
Who before?
Mrs. Wilkinson.
Oh, I'll take him round if you like.
Ah, you're all right. It's only Incoming Street. I could do with a breath of fresh air.
Well, suit yourself.
Tell you what, though, if you really want to make yourself useful, you can have the kettle boiling by the time I get back.
Oh, yeah. Go on. Yeah?
You want to have a spare pint of milk, would you?
At your feet.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, love.
Right, Alf. I'll not be more than 10 minutes.
Aye, all right, love.
Thank you, kind sir.
My pleasure. Nice girl.
Ah, got a nice husband and all.
Story of my life, that they all have.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all, can you? It seems to be true what they say about lucky in love. Anyway, in your case...
Me?
Well, you've had a bit of luck in other directions, by all accounts.
I don't think I follow you.
This chapel roof job, according to my sources, you were that strapped for money yesterday you couldn't even put an estimate in.
Well, I would be today and all, mate, if it wasn't for Mrs. Fairclough.
Mrs. Fairclough?
That's right.
Ah, heck, you don't waste any time, do you?
Me?
No wonder you've been matey with her. All this hole-in-corner stuff. Very cosy.
Hey, hang on a minute. I never asked her for that money.
Oh, no, of course not. I suppose she just came up, slapped it in your hand, did she?
More or less, yeah.
You're Moffat. You've been taking advantage of her ever since you saw her.
I have.
Yes, you have. You got your way over the lease of the yard, didn't you? You knew she wanted to sell it, not rent it, and now you're getting her to stump up to keep you in business. In your book, she's just a widow with a bit of brass behind it. You just pick off her whenever you feel you can. Well, she's not, I'm telling you. She happens to be a very close friend of mine, and her old man was my best mate.
Very touching. Now you listen to me. I never mentioned the church roof job to Mrs. Fairclough. It was Mrs. Bishop who did that. And for your information, she came to me, Mrs. Fairclough, not with a handout, but with a sound business proposition. A proposition that would put me in with a chance of getting off the ground and her down to make a few bob on her investment.
Oh, you expect me to believe that?
You can believe what you like, but I'll tell you something for note. Any arrangement that we came to is between me and Mrs. Fairclough. It's our business. It's got nothing to do with you or anybody else. And if I hear anybody shouting their mouth off again about me taking advantage of an innocent widow, I'm likely to shut it for them. For good.
Hey, you've seen the time, have you?
Yes, Betty, I've seen the time.
Well, I hope she's going to be a bit more reliable than this next week.
All right, Betty, don't keep going on about it.
Look, if you want to stop here gassing, you're very welcome. I'm off out. I've got some shopping to do.
See you, Fred. Be good.
Mr. G?
No, love, not me.
I mean, is he here?
Fred, you've got a visitor.
Mr. G?
That's right.
Sorry I'm late. I've waited nearly 25 minutes for a bus in Church Street.
That's all right, love, you're here now. That's all that matters, isn't it? I thought you two wanted to be off early.
Come on.
Drop the latch. Sorry about that, I didn't introduce myself. My name's G, Fred G. I'm the manager. Well, temporary manager.
Kath Goodwin. I think you know what I do.
Well, not everything, but that's what we're here to find out, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what Frank's told you, but I've not been in the licence trade all that long.
No. Well, he did mention it. What's Mr. Goodwin feel about you being the centre of attraction behind the bar, then?
I'll give you his phone number if you like. You can ask him.
Oh, see.
He's in Australia. Emigrated there 5 years ago after the divorce.
Divorce? Oh, well, footloose and fancy-free then, eh?
One way of putting it, I suppose.
Well, there's a coincidence, Kath. So am I.
Really?
Yes, really.
Right now, Frank said it'd be just the one night you'd be needing me. Is that right?
Yes, well, I did say that on the phone, but, look, Kath, I'm just making a pot of tea. I'm just going to have one myself. Would you like one?
I could murder one.
This way. Straight through, love.
Thanks, Mr. G.
Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Hello, Mrs. Bishop. I'm not interrupting your tea or anything, am I?
No, go on in.
Sorry. Look, I hope you don't mind me calling, but I just wondered if you managed to get my estimate in.
I did more than that. I spoke to Mr. Barker this afternoon about it. Do sit down.
Thanks.
It looks as if you've got the job.
I have. Hey, that's great, honest. I don't know how to thank you.
You just do a good job on our chapel roof and that'll be thanks enough, believe me.
You're on.
Oh, there was one thing.
What was that?
Well, it's just a formality, really, but Mr. Barker asked me if I'd mention references to you. He said 2 would be sufficient.
References?
I told him there'd be no problem. Brian Tilsley will give you 1, and there certainly won't be any problem with the other one, will there? Councillor Roberts will be only too happy to oblige.
So, what's she like then?
Who?
This bird of mine.
Oh, fantastic, mate.
Long hair, short hair.
Right down her back.
Tasty.
Not on her head, just right down her back.
Don't push your luck, mate. You could find yourself with a long walk back. Swift half?
Not for me, kid. I've got to be going.
Yeah, me too. Pick you up, what, 7:30?
Suits me.
Right, see you then.
Cheers.
See you, Curly.
Yeah. And be good, mate. Not much chance of me being anything else, is there?
Come on, Betty, come on, love.
Hey, has he said that to you?
All of this is waiting for a phone call.
What's he up to now?
Whatever it is, it's all right by me.
Hey?
Well, let's face it, Betty. It's keeping him out of our hair for 10 minutes, isn't it? That's better.
Hello, love.
Hey up. I knew it was my lucky night. What's your poison?
Oh, just a fruit juice, I think. Orange, please.
Orange, please, Betty, and I'll have same again. What's up with Dreamboat, then?
Curly?
Yeah, I've had behind him ever since he came in. He looked so he's lost a bob and found a tanner.
Well, as a matter of fact, he isn't exactly feeling on top of the world right now. I suppose it's all a matter of confidence, really.
Confidence?
Well, he seems to have got it into his head that because he isn't quite as successful with the girls as other lads of his age, there must be something wrong with him. I told him not to be silly, but you know what young lads are like.
You don't have to tell me, love. Believe me, I've seen more lads like him in the army than I've had hot dinners. You wouldn't credit it.
Yes, I suppose you must have.
2 weeks with purses sold in and her own mother wouldn't go in. It'd have put her up flint to shame. Talk about self-confidence, it was oozing out their heroes. You just leave young Curly to me.
Oh, no, please.
It's all right. Now, don't worry. I'm only too happy to help.
I'd rather you didn't, honestly. I mean, how's he going to feel if he finds out I've been talking about him behind his back?
Now, don't you worry about a thing. I'll be the soul of discretion. Surely you know me well enough by now.
Oh, you've decided to join the land of the living at last, have you? Glad you could make it before closing time.
I told you, Lynch, I've been on a little bit of business.
You said you were waiting for a phone call.
That's right.
Not to do with this Dolly Daydream that was here this afternoon?
It would, as a matter of fact. And her name happens to be Kath.
Fred, when I said that I wasn't going to run this bar on my own, I meant it. I mean, I need help, and help I mean to get. Not just somebody that can drape themselves over a bar stool and do naught else.
Betty's right, you know, friend. She's not exactly God's gift to the licensing trade, you've got to admit it.
Now, come on, stick her behind this bar. She's about as much use as a pound of tripe. I mean, by the time we've told her where everything is, it's time to go home.
Well, it's nice to know we're on the same wavelength, isn't it?
Eh? How do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm first to admit it. Kath'll need a few extra days to know her way round, a few extra days to get a hand in.
Extra days? How many extra days?
She's just phoned up to say she can come for a week. She's starting Monday.
A week?
Happy now?
Well, somebody is. That's for sure.
Don't forget, the street's on every weekday here on Plus at 6:30, and of course then again at midday. Well, coming up next, Emmerdale is right here on Plus, home of TV hits.